Humans, drawn to darkness. We crave the unknown, the thrill of a mystery, the chill of a secret. Unsolved crimes, they embody this fascination. Puzzles with missing pieces, stories without endings, they haunt us. February 9, 2004, a young woman disappears, Maura Murray, last seen on a rural road in New Hampshire. Her car, abandoned, engine running. The mystery lingers. Where did she go? What happened that night? The questions echo. No answers. The case gripped the nation. Theories abound. Accident, foul play, voluntary disappearance, each more unsettling than the last. Evidence is scarce, witnesses few and far between. The police investigate, dead ends, frustration mounts, the internet explodes, amateur sleuths emerge, podcasts dissect every detail, blogs speculate, but Maura remains missing. The mystery deepens. The lack of answers fuels obsession. Years pass, hope fades, but the questions remain, unanswered. Maura Murray's case is not unique. History whispers with similar tales, mysteries that defy explanation. Jack the Ripper, the Zodiac Killer, the disappearance of Amelia Earhart, each case a chilling reminder. Some secrets the world may never know. These stories fascinate and terrify. They remind us of the darkness that lurks beneath the surface, the unknown, the unknowable. The Unseen Hand, the Zodiac Killer's reign of terror, the 1960s, Northern California, a shadow falls, the Zodiac Killer. A phantom terrorizing the Bay Area. His calling card, cryptic messages, taunting police, boasting of his crimes, his identity, a mystery. Despite numerous investigations, the killer was never caught. His motives shrouded in darkness. His crimes, a chilling reminder of the evil that can lurk unseen. The Zodiac Killer's reign of terror began in the late 1960s, a time when the peace and love movement was at its peak. Yet amidst the flower power and anti-war protests, a sinister figure emerged. He struck fear into the hearts of Northern Californians, leaving behind a trail of blood and cryptic messages. His first confirmed victims were a young couple, shot in their car on a quiet December night in 1968. Over the next few years, the Zodiac Killer would claim responsibility for at least 5 murders, though he hinted at many more. His letters to the press were filled with bizarre symbols and ciphers, some of which remain unsolved to this day. He taunted the police, daring them to catch him, and mocked their efforts in his chilling correspondences. Despite the best efforts of law enforcement, the Zodiac Killer always seemed to be one step ahead. He was a master of evasion, leaving behind few clues and no clear motive. His ability to disappear into the shadows only added to his terrifying mystique. The fear he instilled was palpable, and the public was gripped by a sense of dread. The Zodiac Killer's reign of terror remains one of the most infamous unsolved mysteries in American history. His identity continues to elude investigators, and his cryptic messages still baffle codebreakers. The shadow he cast over Northern California in the 1960s is a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of society. The Zodiac Killer may never be unmasked, but his legacy of fear endures. Lost in the City of Angels, the Black Dahlia's final scene, 1947, Los Angeles. A city of dreams and shadows where the glitz and glamour of Hollywood mask a darker underbelly. The year is marked by one of the most infamous unsolved murders in American history, a gruesome discovery. The body of Elizabeth Short, a young aspiring actress, found in a vacant lot. Her body was severed in two, drained of blood, and posed in a manner that shocked even the most seasoned detectives. Brutally murdered, her face disfigured. The brutality of the crime was unprecedented. Her mouth was slashed from ear to ear, creating a macabre smile that would haunt the city for decades. A ghastly grin carved into her cheeks. This chilling detail earned her the moniker that would forever be etched in the annals of crime history. The media dubs her the Black Dahlia. Sensational headlines and lurid stories captivated the public, turning the tragic death of Elizabeth Short into a media spectacle. The city is gripped by fear. Whispers of a sadistic killer on the loose spread like wildfire, casting a pall over the city. Residents locked their doors and looked over their shoulders, wondering if the killer walked among them. Who could commit such a horrific act? Theories abounded, from deranged loners to high-profile suspects. Each new lead brought hope, only to be dashed by dead ends and false confessions. The investigation becomes a media frenzy. Journalists from across the country descended on Los Angeles, eager to uncover the next big scoop. Press conferences were held, and every detail, no matter how small, was scrutinized and sensationalized. Suspects emerge, dead ends, the case grows cold, the killer never found. Despite the best efforts of law enforcement, the trail went cold. Suspects were questioned, alibis checked, but the elusive killer remained in the shadows. The Black Dahlia's murder remains one of Hollywood's darkest tales, a grim reminder of the city's dual nature, where dreams can turn into nightmares, and the bright lights of fame can cast the darkest shadows. To this day, the mystery of who killed Elizabeth Short endures, a haunting enigma in the heart of Los Angeles. The haunting legacy unsolved crimes never fade. These unsolved mysteries leave scars on families, on communities, on our collective psyche. They remind us of the fragility of life, the randomness of violence, the darkness that can touch us all. We grapple with the unknown, the lack of closure, the questions that linger. Like ghosts, these stories refuse to die. The weight of silence, unanswered questions linger. The silence is deafening. No answers, no justice, only speculation, theories, what-ifs. The families of victims are left in limbo, haunted by the unknown, forever searching for answers that may never come. The weight of these unsolved crimes is heavy, a constant reminder of the darkness that exists in the world, the monsters that walk among us. Our need for resolution, seeking closure in chaos. We crave resolution, a sense of order, an explanation for the unexplainable, but sometimes those answers remain elusive. We turn to fiction, to movies, to books, seeking closure in stories, finding comfort in the resolution that reality denies us. But the real-life mysteries linger, whispering in the shadows, reminding us that some stories don't have neat endings. The enduring allure of the unknown, why we keep searching, why are we so drawn to these unsolved mysteries? Perhaps it's the puzzle, the challenge of connecting the dots, the hope of finding an answer that eluded others. Or maybe it's the fear, the reminder that we are vulnerable, that the world can be a dangerous and unpredictable place. Whatever the reason, our fascination with unsolved crimes endures. We are drawn to the darkness, compelled to confront the unknown. But let's delve deeper. The human mind is wired to seek answers, to make sense of chaos. When faced with a mystery, our brains light up, driven by curiosity and the need for closure. It's not just about the crime itself, but the stories behind them, the lives affected, the ripple effects that spread through communities. Each unsolved case is a narrative waiting to be completed, a story that beckons us to be the one to solve it. Consider the countless hours spent by amateur sleuths on forums, dissecting every piece of evidence, every theory. It's a collective effort, a community bound by a shared obsession. The digital age has only amplified this, providing tools and platforms for collaboration. We are no longer passive consumers of these mysteries, we are active participants, each contributing to the search for truth. And then there's the emotional aspect. The empathy we feel for the victims and their families, the desire for justice, for closure, not just for them, but for ourselves. It's a way of confronting our own fears, our own vulnerabilities. By engaging with these dark stories, we are, in a way, preparing ourselves for the unpredictability of life. In essence, our fascination with unsolved crimes is a reflection of our deepest instincts and emotions. It's a dance between curiosity and fear, between hope and despair. And as long as there are mysteries left unsolved, we will continue to search, driven by the need to understand, to find meaning in the chaos, and to bring light to the darkness. In the shadow of doubt, the mystery endures. These unsolved mysteries serve as a chilling reminder. The world is full of secrets, some we may never uncover. They challenge our perception of order, of justice. They remind us that sometimes the truth remains elusive, and so we continue to search, to investigate, to speculate, driven by an insatiable curiosity, haunted by the mysteries that remain unsolved.